NA is bad, but EU is just as bad compared to China and Korea. Well, at least when we looked at MSI, right? Like, EU was better than NA at MSI, but both of them had trouble against Korea and China. And we'll see now when Worlds comes around if that has changed, and you know, if EG or G2 with their MSI experience can, you know, can go big. Broxah over here telling LEC and LCS to get good. Well, I think, you know, a lot of the teams have the high potential, and I think that's the biggest shame, that the potential is there, especially in North America. The teams are investing so much, pouring in a lot of money and resources to make it count, and seeing all those investments come in, all that willingness to create a top team, and then see those teams falter, that type of stuff really sucks. Like, let's say even for my organization, Team Liquid, this year, it's really unacceptable that Team Liquid didn't actually even make it to Worlds, because this team was built to win the split, was built to make a difference at Worlds, and then they just couldn't find their footing, even with Steve, you know, investing more than ever to build that team, to pull Bjergsen out of TSM. So the problem is not, you know, on the organization not wanting to make it happen. The problem is about other factors. In this particular case, you know, it seemed like team synergy more than anything, not finding out how to build the team synergy, perhaps having players that, you know, didn't complement each other well enough playstyle wise. But I hope that eventually we're gonna see that one team from NA that really utilizes everything given to them to the best of their abilities, and just really goes out there and, you know, makes NA proud. Because I think that's what NA really needs to start being more popular again, to start having more interest from fans and from everyone around the scene. You just need one team to make it to semis or the finals at Worlds, which obviously is a lot easier said than done, but it's far from impossible. I had the feeling that Hans made some stupid mistakes in some series. I think all of them did. I think all of them had their moments, had some misplays here and there, which, you know, is somewhat expected when there's so much pressure on you, and especially in the final series when you're fighting for a world spot, they have like a billion things in the back of their mind, like so many what ifs, possibly thinking about the future already, and, you know, having a hard time focusing on the game at the moment. But it's not like EG didn't make big mistakes either, right? Like, both teams make mistakes, and again, it's hard to avoid in a high pressure series like that one. But I don't think it's fair to like pinpoint one person in particular and say that it's this person's fault that Team Liquid didn't make it to Worlds, because I've seen a lot of blame going in different directions, which, you know, is fairly justified. Like, it makes sense that fans are upset and that, you know, people wanted more from the organization. I can promise you Steve is more disappointed than anyone, knowing him. But at the end of the day, it's no individual's fault. Like, it's on the team. The team as a whole didn't make it work, and that's all there is to it. Because I really hate when people start scapegoating individuals. Also, because from the outside we only see a very small part of what is happening inside the team. Like, fans think they know everything, but in fact, you know, maybe 20% of the entire story. You only see how the teams do on stage in the official games, but you don't see what happens in their communication, you don't see what happens in their daily practice and scrims. We don't really know who's the leader of the team, who's having the biggest impact, who's actually, you know, having a negative effect on team atmosphere, whatever. Like, a lot of things that are not important we don't get to see at all. Like, that's also part of why something like the coaching staff award, like Coach of the Split award, there's been talks about removing that, because how are we gonna be able to judge a coach when we can't listen in on, you know, player meetings and speeches before the game and the daily structure and their relationships with players and, you know, all those type of things. Like, you legit can't judge who's the better coach without knowing all those things, right? It's impossible. This game is going to be interesting, by the way. I've played against this enemy top laner a few times. He's a bad one trick. And usually he's very annoying to play against because he just plays bad and he doesn't lane top at all. He just roams around in my jungle the entire game. And this time he's playing Taric top with Boots Rush. He went for the level 1 invade to deny my red buff, so I guess his approach is fairly similar, it's just on a different champion. And then on Taric, it kind of makes sense, because even when he falls behind of XP and doesn't get any gold, he's gonna try to put his bot side ahead, and then he just presses R to make them unkillable in team fights, and that's about it. But it is a strategy that's very annoying, and we just have to be careful about him, keep an eye out for his position and what he's doing in the game. Ari already dying is a bit of a problem, because again, with this guy in the game and his roaming and focus on bot side winning, we can't fall behind too early, then we're gonna get rolled over. Well, I didn't get put behind, but I just wasn't able to defend my bot side early because I had to take the entire top side. Probably gonna do a full clear here. Took my Raptors. Nautilus is just hard camping mid. The Viego started his space, so I assume our bot lane is not gonna get dove. Like, that's the one thing I need to look out for right now. If our bot lane dies with this gigantic wave coming on the turret, it really sucks, but it seems like they're more than fine. But yeah, see, Taric bought a support item, so they have 2 relic shields, and he's just gonna sit bot side now, with either him or Nautilus constantly roaming, looking for plays bot, mid, in our jungle. The upside is that Garen is gonna get fit. Like, he's just gonna be able to free farm this game and get, you know, really fit. And he has to make the most of that lead. There's a limit to what I can do early on Bel'Veth. It's not like my champion is like super active early game or anything, but I'm farming up and becoming fairly strong. We should also make sure we get Herald this game, not only so I get the Void Coral, but also to deny it from them with this crazy strat. Because if we get Herald and like we're not even gonna have to pop it top. Garen is gonna take that turret soon, but then maybe we can crack mid turret or something, explode the game a little, break it open. See, this was a bit sad. Because Pyke only died because he flashed when he had 100 health left. He just had to flash earlier. I want Ari to come. It's really bad if we give this. There we go. Pretty big throw from them. Oh, she's going for it. Really greedy Tristana. Typical. Well, remember when I said it's important our bot side wins? That's 3 random deaths so far. Chris should go top. We shouldn't let top lane be open, someone should farm it. We can just lane swap here, like we're doing right now, and have Garen take bot plates. It's gonna be so huge. He's just gonna be a god in this game. Garen is a champion that's really hard to deal with when he snowballs as well, because he has so much damage. He's so tanky, and he's gonna have a billion movement speed. If I go bot and pop Herald, I actually take that turret now. I'm gonna get a cloth armor, just so I don't die too easily. But then I'll work on Frostfire as well. Oh, there's a little Nautilus around mid lane. I guess Ari didn't notice Nautilus was there somehow. How did she not see him though? Like, that should never have worked. Well, now they can deal with the raid boss Garen. Good luck to them. I'm dead. There's no way I live. Oh, Pyke. Oh my lord! What? No, Pyke. Yeah, it's such a bad day to have ice. Notice how he spam pinged Ari as well, by the way. Oh my god! What did I just witness? Okay. I can just full clear now and get my first fire. And I'm gonna be very strong. I'm looking forward to see how they're gonna deal with Garen. Like again, if they don't get a huge bot lead from what this Taric is doing early game, the strategy is so troll. Because Garen got ultra fed for free. He just wasn't laning top. Good old Taric is roaming around. They're gonna come here, I think. I'm out. Peace. See, this is the upside of going for the Frostfire build. I'm pretty tanky when going for dives. Yeah. I mean, this game should be over, right? I don't see how they come back from what they've done to Garen. How are you gonna deal with the raid boss Garen? I don't see it. Maybe they surprise me. I need to base soon. Mercs are gonna be great for me. They have a lot of CC. Let's see if we can get the streak first. Kinda sucks if they can play for soul. Siri's not even here. They're kinda catching Ari. Nice escape. I'll be fine here, no problem. Interesting Taric flash. I think they're a little desperate at this point. I feel a bit bad for them. Like, Taric is just griefing them. They're just getting super griefed by their own top laner. Let's take some camps and then we get back. Apply our mercs. Seraph TP'd mid to catch 2 minions. If that's not a tilt to TP, then I don't know what it would be. Let's join the team in a sec. I'm just farming like a machine this game. I am 3 levels up on Viego as a result, but I guess at this point we're so far ahead that we might as well just go fight them and close this one out. Poor Nautilus didn't get Taric golded. Hello. You sure you want to take that ward? No? I thought so. We need a Herald now. Go Herald top. Garen is having some fun. I'll split push in the meantime. Hi friends. Pleasure to do business with you. I'm all good, no problem. Just doing Bel'Veth things, don't worry about me, guys. Good game, we're back. The lose streak has been broken. That's Seraph damage though, couldn't keep up with that. Well, to be fair, I was farming the entire game, so that's probably part of why my damage was low. But I was level 15, or 14, sorry. Same level as Garen. The Taric strat actually works sometimes. I've seen it work where he played bot. It can be very annoying when he goes for the bot route and just roams, but I guess it's not really the same with Taric, huh? I mean, it's just kind of a coin flip strat. I think it works if enemy bot side plays really poorly, so if Ahri, Trist and Pyke had died some more and just didn't respect him, then they can get super fed bot side and win off of it. But in this case where, I mean, Ahri was behind most of the game, but you know, they were just slightly losing, then it's fine. Here we have a look, see what the Bel'Veth win rate is looking like at this point. 59 games. 64% win rate. It's even higher than my Elise win rate now. But to be fair, my Elise is also like twice as many games.